This is how to tank Zul'Farrak. I'm not sure how to say that, but we're going to do it on our leveling protection warrior. There's only one real trash mob that you actually have to worry about, and that is the Shadow Fury Shadow Hunters. What they're going to do is they're going to hex you just like that. Whenever you're hexed, you can't hold aggro. Everything will unaggro from you. What you're going to want to do is, if you can trinket it. If you're a human, you want to use every man for himself. It's a curse. Most healers can take it off of you, so just go ahead and work with that. But definitely you want to try to get those guys down first. Also in here, you can mount. I just wanted to show that. Make sure everyone knows you can speed up your runs by mounting. Okay, this is the first boss. Not much to him. Right there he is. Basically a tank and spank. If you aggro him in the room back there, you'll have to fight a bunch of those scarab beetles, because any AoE attack is going to hit them and aggro them. But you don't have to worry about that. They're not too bad to take down, even if you do aggro all of them. But he's just basically a tank and spank. Okay. Okay, this boss is in a cave. He's going to summon a bunch of ads, and he's going to drop shaman totems to keep you rooted in place. Right here, there are the ads he's going to call up. Basically, they start out, they're non-elites. As you kill them, he'll summon more. When he summons more, they're going to be elites, and they will do an attack called Petrify. And what it's basically going to do is it's going to keep you from moving. Your guy just stands there in place, and there's the earth grab totem. It's going to keep you from, if anything is away from you, you're not going to be able to move to pick it up. But you don't really have to worry about that, because everything should spawn right on top of you. Just thunderclap and keep it up. Right here we just have to finish off his mobs. He's not that bad. You just AoE tank all the ads, and you should be fine for that boss. Okay, here we go. This is the Witch Doctor. Basically, he shows up as green to you until you come up here. But then as soon as you aggro him, as soon as you walk into range, he turns red. And then he also summons a bunch of these zombies. You want to stand basically inside this doorway with the boss on you, so that you can pick up the ads as he calls them. They're going to come out of those graves down there and come towards your group. If you aren't looking, then they will aggro straight to your healer or ranged DPS that may be standing farther back than you. So it's always a good idea to pull him back into this doorway. And now we just have to finish off all the ads. He's down again. In this dungeon, there are actually a lot of bosses that summon ads. So be ready to AoE tank whenever you're fighting bosses, as well as pulling trash. This is a prisoner event. This has bosses 4 and 5 in this event. Basically what you do is you come up here and you kill this executioner. He used to drop a key. You don't even need the key anymore. But he used to drop a key, and you'd walk up here and open the door to let these guys out of their cages. As you can see, I failed at trying to walk up there to the cages. But I finally managed to get up there and let them out. Basically, as soon as you let these prisoners out, the trolls are going to start gathering at the bottom of this. They'll slowly trickle up there in smaller groups towards you, and this other group of 5 that you just rescued, these 5 NPCs. You can sit up here and wait, and the NPCs will help you kill everything. That's not the way we're going to do it in this group, and most groups will want to do it this way as well. What you're going to want to do is slowly work your way down, make sure none of them get behind you, so that they're going to aggro on your healer. Pick them all up, slowly work your way down. Once you've got a big enough group that you think you got everything, there's nothing behind you. That's what I'm checking for right now. So I'm just trying to make sure that there's not anything behind me. And right here, I think I have it all. And I'm basically just going to charge down into the middle of that huge group. Pick an elite down there, just like that guy, and then you charge him. Thunderclap, as soon as you get there, pick them up, and then I'm going to have to run up here to grab the other half, which was out of range of Thunderclap, but then I just Thunderclap again, and I'm going to pull them back into the AoE. And then once you finish off the first group, you can walk back down to the bottom and just wait for the rest of the mobs to spawn. There's a big gap of waiting for the rest of them to spawn, so I'm actually probably going to cut that out. But here we are, finish off these last few, and then we will cut to where the other ones are spawning. Okay, here they are. They'll spawn in slow groups, and eventually there's going to be some bosses spawn. Right up here, here comes a bunch of them, but you're going to see a bunch of bosses spawn right next to that little fire. And they'll all spawn. As soon as they spawn, you want to try to grab aggro on all of those. Right there they are. It's a bunch of mobs, and they're the two bosses. One boss is a melee boss. The other boss is a shadow priest. It says he's a shadow priest, but really all he does is heal. He casts shadow bolt, but mainly if you encounter him like this with a bunch of the trash, he's just going to heal. So basically what you want to do is make sure that you have the other boss on you, and then get back on the priest boss, and you're going to want to pummel all of his heals. It'll speed up a lot if you can pummel all of his heals. This is a pretty neat little event right here, because after you take down these two bosses, you actually have to kill the other guys who you just rescued. So it wasn't much of a rescue, because you rescue them and then you kill them. The order you're going to want to take them down is you want to kill the priest first because she is a healer. Then you want to kill the rogue because the rogue's going to gouge you and keep you from holding aggro. And then you'll move to the warlock because he does AoE. And you'll save the warrior for last. But as you can see here, this group's pretty good and they follow directions pretty well. I marked them up and they just stay on everything. Right there, the priest goes down pretty easily. The rogue drops within another few seconds. And then on to the warlock, and you save the warrior for last because he really can't do anything. Overall, this instance is really fun. I really like this dungeon. I'm not sure why. The fights are interesting. You can mount, which helps speed things up. So, I mean, it's a lot better than all the other alternatives of tanking runs. Right here, this is bosses 6 and 7. They're together. They're actually some of the more boring bosses that are in this dungeon. They're just pure tank and spank. You just, I like to start with the, forgot what his name is. He's not the chief. He has less HP than the chief. So if you take him down first, then it's just a single target tank and spank right here on this chief guy. These aren't the best bosses in here, but not every boss in here can be fun to tank in every instance. If they were, no one would do anything else. So gotta have some boring bosses every once in a while, I guess. But there we go, we'll just take this guy down. Right here, this is the last boss. You hit the gong and you summon this big lizard, and basically what he will do is he has a like a frostbolt. It's called something else, I forget what it is, but it's he's gonna do that. He will freeze you, and he does this area of effect where he knocks you up in the air. Right here we get an ad, and I thought I was gonna heroic throw it, but because of my keybinds, if heroic throws on cooldown, I shoot. And there's the freeze. He used it on me. I go ahead and every man for himself. Now when he knocks you up in the air, just charge back down to him. As you can see, the other people who got knocked up in the air actually took some damage, and the healer was going to be busy with them. So by charging, you just make sure that the healer doesn't have to worry about your fall damage. That's all there is basically to this run. Not much. It's a fun run. It's the best of the level 40 to 50 dungeons, so have fun.